Alright, quick little video just to show you guys what I've been working on for the last couple of weeks, couple of months. A few months ago, Aiden from Cutthroat Knives, he sort of floated the idea of building what he wanted to be the best forge in the world. So he spent a lot of time working on a few designs and concepts and working out what he actually wanted from this. So he had a few requirements. He wanted even heat, so ribbon burner was the go. He wanted doors that open and close by the use of a pedal. It's got to be big. It had to do big Damascus billets. They were the sort of main criteria we had to stick by, and the rest of it was just make it work. Something I really like in forges is using bricks rather than the KO wool, or ISO wool, whatever you want to call it. It's just a preference of mine, and yeah, if I'm going to work with something, I like working with something that's rigid and it stays in place. So we chose to use K26 fire bricks for the shell, and on the floor we've used the hard fire brick splits. So they will give us an easily replaceable hard floor, so that all the flux and the borax won't cause any substantial damage. It just means replacing the bricks on the bottom, which is really only takes a couple of minutes. Yeah. The ribbon burner, that was a bit of fun to make. We're still working on the control side of things, so a whole fail-safe, so a loss of air system and fail to start system, that sort of stuff. So that's a work in progress. That's skills that I haven't had to use for a while, so it'll be good to try and remember how to do all that stuff, make some little circuit boards up, and that's the boring part. Might as well show you guys. So we've coaled it. Called it the Beehive, partly because of the shape and partly because the ribbon burner kind of looks like bees coming out of a hive. Yeah, let me show you a bit about what it does. Sorry it's so dark, guys, but it is like, it's almost midnight. Had a few late nights this week and last week and the week before, so I'm used to it. So what we've got here, this is the front or the back, I don't know yet. It's half on the pallet, packed up, ready to go, so yeah. So it's a little bit higher than normal. So one of the main features was the door opening. So pedal, door goes up, door goes down. That's going to be real handy for them when they've got a big piece of Damascus, big billet, 2 hands to hold it, shove it in, drop it down, walk away, done. And to make that even more useful, we've got a rest that slides out. So it's a pair of tongs, but that was if you had your billet welded to the end of that, and that was just a rod. Leave it in there. Alright, down here we've got all our control stuff. So we've got a damper for the air, we've got our blower. Being a ribbon burner, it needs a blower. We've got the first part of our switch to tell us if we lose air or if we get a backdraft. Just got a power supply here and a gas shut-off valve down here as well. We haven't hooked that up yet. That's part of phase 2. Yeah, I'll give you a closer look in here. We've got a ton of bricks around the outside, all cut to the right angle. Had to make a whole lot of templates to do that. And we've got the hard fire bricks on the floor. We've got the hard fire bricks and they're sitting on top. the insulating bricks as well. They're just the splits, they're about 20mm thick. That's just for a replaceable working surface. And of course, a bit of a signature move for us is the laser cutting, so we've got a couple of bees on it, as well as Aiden's logo. So we got the air damper. It purposely doesn't close fully, it leaves a tiny bit, so you can't just shut off the air magically. Through to a what's meant to be a ventilation pump for a boat bilge. So they're designed to run constantly, they're designed to flow a lot. And we've just got that mounted in line with the switch for a loss of air, and then that comes around through these pipes. We've got the needle valve for the gas, and then that runs into the ribbon burner. I'd actually have to. There we go. So we've got a bit of a unique design for the ribbon burner. I'm going to try a few more, but this one is successful so far. We'll have a bit of fun experimenting with different designs in the coming weeks, months. Yeah. So like I said, this one is the first working prototype. This one's going to get tested by Aiden. We're going to get some good feedback from him. We're going to work on the design. This one was a custom build. It was Aiden's. Aiden did the research into what he wanted, and I know he spoke to a lot of other high-end knife makers. Spoke to a lot of other high-end knife makers to see what they wanted, to see if he was going down the right path, to make sure he didn't miss any little details. And hopefully we've filled his design brief as much as we can. It's very different to the first sketches that he sent through to me, but that's how these things always turn out. They grow and they change into whatever they need to get the job done. It's very much function over fashion. It's not a forge we'd recommend for beginners. It's big, it's powerful, it's just a monster all round, but it will suit a lot of people that are doing either lots of Damascus, big pieces of Damascus, or just generally forging larger materials. Like, you can fit a lot in there. That's, yeah. Pricing, we have no idea about that yet. I've got a rough idea of what this has cost to make, but it's going to be a while before we actually have these ready for sale. We still have a lot of testing and development and a lot of work with Aiden to do in the meantime to get from this version here to what it ends up being. That's a long road ahead, but that means we do have a lot of time for working on new features and making it the ultimate forge possible. So if you're someone that is interested in something significant, get in contact with me, let me know what you think. Happy to run through the features in more detail with you, and I can keep you posted on what changes happen with it. But if this looks like something that suits you, get in contact with me, and then we can start incorporating the things that you want into this as well. When it becomes Beehive version 2, it's going to be a good thing. Any comments, suggestions, get hold of me on my email, jake@firepantsfab.com.au. or go to my website, click on the contact link, or leave a comment below in the video. I'll get back to you on it all. It's just to make this perfect for everyone, I need to know what you want. So thanks for watching the video. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more of my stuff, and well, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys.